Good Friday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather Update. This one is for March the 21st, 2014. A beautiful day across Eastern Carolina, but things are changing as we head into the weekend. Still one more warm day as we head in towards Saturday, but we're still talking about that wintry mischief potential as we head towards next week across Eastern Carolina, and still some uncertainty in the modeling, so we'll talk about that and also look ahead towards the next 7 days. And how about that? Only a couple of clouds in the skies today, and that's about it. Beautiful day across Eastern Carolina as we look at the satellite and review over the past 24 hours. And overall, not too bad of a day across Eastern Carolina. Warm, too. We were expecting 68. We're now at 70 here in Greenville, so right on target as far as our temperature spread is concerned. Mid to upper 60s, and a few spots hitting the 70-degree mark. 65 Columbia, 60 at Swan Carter as we're doing this update at 4:30 this evening. Precision forecast model, I think, is going to handle this fairly well. I think the temperatures may be a touch too warm on this model going into the overnight hours tonight. I think we drop into the mid to upper 40s and low 50s tonight. But there will be a chance for a couple of showers across the area. I think the better rain chances come later in the day. But overall, we're expecting a mixture of sun and clouds. And most areas should top out in the mid to upper 70s through the day on Saturday across Eastern Carolina. Once again, those clouds are going to be in and out, and there will be a chance for showers, and especially during the evening hours. I think mainly after, say, 10, 11 o'clock on Saturday. That's when we can see a chance for showers and even a few rumbles of thunder in here as a frontal boundary pushes into the region. Now, look, as we go towards 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, temperature is going to be in the 50s, but I'm expecting them to fall as we head into the afternoon hours as that frontal boundary sags southward across the region. So you see the frontal boundary pushing southward through the day on Sunday rather. We may peak out a couple of more degrees, but I think we're going to mainly be to the mid to upper 50s on Sunday. We've been holding that trend the last few days, but it looks like most of the trends have been with a falling temperature regime during the afternoon hours. But that frontal boundary is going to stall offshore. Here we go Monday morning. We clear the board. I think we go in mostly to partly sunny skies on Monday. Temperatures in the 30s to start off the day, and we don't warm up all that much, only into the upper 40s to near 50 on Monday as a wedge starts to build in. Arctic high pressure up to the north, that's going to bring down that colder air, and the wedge is going to really pump in here by the time we head into Tuesday. And this is Tuesday morning. You see the clouds building in here and that moisture gathering down to the south. We're at 34 degrees here in Greenville. Needless to say, we are still setting the stage for maybe that wintry mischief as we head into your day on Tuesday. And the cold air is going to be in place is where the track of the low is going to be. That's going to be the pivotal part of this forecast. Where does that track go? And right now we're leaning towards track 1, which is warmer air, and the snow threat, the major snow threat, will stay to our west. But as it lifts out, there will be some wraparound moisture with the cold air in place, so we could get a rain-snow mix. That's not out of the question. Track 2 is a colder track and the greater snow threat, and we're not discounting that, but the threat of that is very low. I think track 1 is a good possibility, and as that low lifts out, we get that wraparound moisture. Now, I'll show you what the GFS is printing on this as it lifts in here, and you see that rain-snow mix in here as we head towards Tuesday afternoon, and even a little bit of ice trying to get in there south of US 70 on Tuesday afternoon. That likely will stay around until we lift this thing out of here. Now, the Canadian is a little bit... I think I like the Canadian's placement a little better on the snow. It's all up to the north, but there's going to be some novelty flakes in place. The Europeans like, no, nothing's going to happen. GFS is all in or nothing. So we've got some splaining to do here over the next few days and trying to figure this thing out. But a possible rain-snow mix still in play with breezy north and northeast winds as that low lifts out. And I'll talk about some of the other intricacies of this forecast because there's two parts of this that we're going to have to try to figure out. And one of it's going to come from the upper level energy. But all that lifts out of here, and we turn into a warmer trend as we head in towards the latter half of the week. See high pressure building in as we head towards Thursday, and that should be able to get us back into the 50s at least. All right, here's a look at the 12Z GFS. This is valid for 2 p.m. on Saturday, and we're watching that cold air injection coming southward, and that's node number 1 of the cold air injection that's going to be moving southward as we head in towards Sunday. That's going to bring down the colder air on Sunday, but there's another one that is reloading back up here towards the north. They'll be on the board, and that comes down here as we head towards Monday and into Tuesday. But you're going to see that Arctic high kind of sit basically right here as we head towards the towards Monday rather. And this energy that's back over here towards the west is going to hook up with the stuff that's coming down here for Tuesday. But in the meantime, we've got a little bit of energy that'll be coming across the flow as we head towards Saturday, and that's what's going to kick up that chance for a shower or two. You see up to the north, there's an area of low pressure, surface low pressure, and a frontal boundary that's going to cross through the region that day, and that's what's going to kick up. It's going to be moving through a fairly moist atmosphere, an unstable atmosphere with those warmer temperatures. So an afternoon shower or thunderstorm not out of the question as we head towards Saturday across eastern Carolina. But look at that 1041 high up here towards Canada, and it's coming south. That cold air injection is coming south. There's your 540 line right there. Let's take this forward into Sunday. And the 540 line is now almost into our state with that moisture riding up it. And the GFS is really trying to paint some mischief on Monday. I just don't buy it. I don't buy what the GFS is printing on Monday. I think that we still have a chance for rain on Monday. Sunday rather. But I don't think we get a switch over on Sunday. I don't see that being likely. I think the better likelihood of a rain-snow mix will be on Tuesday, but the GFS is thinking, no, we're going to see something on Monday, and it said that Sunday into Monday, and it said that on this earlier run during the 0Z run this morning. I just don't buy that. I think we're going to be just with rain showers as that frontal boundary sags southward. So here comes cold air injection number 1, right in through here. That's cold air injection number 1. And cold air injection number 2 is up here to the north, and that's coming southward as well. You see this ridge developing back over here towards the west, and that's going to help to eject some of this stuff that's over in the desert southwest to come eastward and link up with this northern stream energy that's up here in Canada. And the gyre spins around and sends this cold air south. And there's your energy trying to hook up here. All this stuff over here is going to try to come over here into this big long trough coming southward. Now, Monday, we're going to be dry. I see no issues on Monday. You see the 540 line well south of us down in South Carolina. And nice cold air injection taking place and the wedge starting to form. You can kind of see that right here. High pressure developing down here towards the south, and then low pressure developing down into the Gulf of Mexico. That wedge is starting to develop on Monday. We'll take this forward. We'll take you into Tuesday, and there's your area of low pressure coming up across the Florida Peninsula early on Tuesday morning. The 540 line's still in place, and eventually it's going to push that warm air into place, but we still have the wedge effect going on thanks to the high pressure up to the north. So needless to say, there's still that potential for rain-snow mix in here on Tuesday all day, mixing in, and that low is really, if the GFS is correct, this low is going to be a powerhouse. But it's going to depend on a closer track or a further offshore track. The GFS is trending a little further offshore, which is why it's printing more snow in here. The European and the Canadian a little closer to home, and that gets a warmer track in here. So needless to say, there's still going to be cold air in place. It doesn't matter, but how much cold air is going to be in place? That's going to be what really comes into play here. And there it goes. There's your upper air trough coming, swinging through. But I'll tell you what, most indications have this trying to go negatively tilted. And if that's the case, what we're going to have to be watching out for is, when does it go negatively tilted? And if it goes earlier, does that mean more snow for us? I don't think this is a major event for us here in Eastern Carolina. I really don't. I think this is a minor event. And like I said, the rain is going to be mixing with snow, so you're not really going to see that much. You're not going to see accumulation, I don't think. But needless to say, it's just a novelty thing and just trying to figure out the problems that we're going to have. And I think we could have some refreeze issues. But needless to say, that potential is there, and we just have to make the call for it. I don't think we get out of the 30s on Tuesday, but that trough lifts out of here, and we start to clear the board on Wednesday. But man, that's a lot of cold air still lingering around. If we do get an accumulating snow that day on Tuesday, the temperatures are going to be much colder than what we're forecasting. We're forecasting 46 right now on Wednesday. partly cloudy skies, in the morning chance for rain-snow mix. But that gets out of here fairly quickly. But once again, if there's any moisture still lingering around, we could have some refreeze issues early on Wednesday morning. So we'll watch that. But needless to say, you see this big ridge developing back over here towards the west, and that swings through here. And by the time we head towards Thursday, we're back into the 50s, and we're in the 60s by Friday rather. As we go into more of a southwesterly flow here, and the southern branch gets a little bit more active again. Down at the surface, look at that low on the GFS. That's a 964 low coming up off of George's Banks, and man, that's going to be pretty nasty up there. But high pressure builds back in here by Wednesday, and once again, we still have that cold air funneling in here on Wednesday. So we're not going to get out of the 40s on Wednesday. That's just not going to happen. Then we head out towards Thursday, high pressure in control, but we start to get the backside of it. So we do get a little warmer on Thursday. I think mid to upper 50s is a good call. Mostly sunny skies, but you see another system developing back off towards the west. And we could get some showers in here by Friday. And the end of the forecast period, another system coming on the board by next Saturday. And we're still going to be warm, though. I think Friday we may be nearing 70 again. That's going to do it for me here in the ENC Weather Update. You can stay up to date with us Facebook, Twitter, WNCT.com, on a brand new Storm Team 9 app in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Have a great rest of your evening, a great day tomorrow, and a great weather week ahead.